Good morning, guys. Today is the 26th of November 2017. I'm going to be going over this week's trade ideas. First one on the list for this week is JP. I like where the chart's holding some support. We almost have like a triple bottom setup coming in here. Chart's holding against the 50 EMA that is rising, and the 200 SMA is catching up to it as it's rising also. I feel like this chart wants to continue to the upside off of these levels, so I'm looking to play this into this week and possibly into as soon as tomorrow. What I'm looking for is a pullback off of the move that we had on Friday. I'm thinking if the chart comes back into about $21.40, that puts us into some support levels, and I'm looking to play it off of those levels. We had two big buyers into the day on Friday. One came in about 11, the other one came in at about 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere around there. And so I'm playing off of the strength off of those buyers. And so I'm looking for a pullback on JP for tomorrow, $21.40, for a possible long entry on the on that trade. ACIA chart breaking the short-term downtrend to the upside. We've had a couple consecutive green days on this one, so I'm thinking, being that it pushed through and closed over the trend line, I'd like to see a pullback to it. So I'm thinking the chart pulls back down to about $39, maybe a little bit higher than that. But there's some support on the chart into that $39.60 range. So I'm gonna try to see if there's if that level holds for support. And if I start a position at about 39.60, 39.70, if it pulls to 39, I'd still be interested in the chart on the long side based on the fact that the trend line is breaking already to the upside. The next one that I'm looking at is Edit. Edit had a sharp downside move on Friday, huge bearish engulfing. I'm looking for a long entry into the open on Edit. I think the chart recovers some from this big candle downside move, and I'm looking to play it long into the open to 27. And at that point, then I'd be looking for the chart to give back some of the moves. So basically, what I'm playing for in Edit is a long chart up to 27, and then try to see if we can get it to pull back some off of those level. Number 4 on the list is Sage. I think Sage coming up to a triple top here. Sorry, a double top, and it's a 3 white soldier candlestick pattern. So into the 3 upside days, I'm looking for a downside day on it. So on Sage, I'm looking for the chart to have one little pop at the open, using that $100 round number as a resistance on the chart. I'm thinking we can play it on the short side on Sage and get this chart back up into the mid to lower 90s on Sage, SAGE. NKTR is the next one on the list. Charts had a strong upside move, and I'm waiting for it to show me some sellers on it so I can look for a short play on this one. I think if we do get it on the short side, could be something that you hold for a couple days. The buyers on Fridays were on Friday's session was pretty small compared to the usual volume on into this upside move. And so I'm thinking, well, obviously Friday was a shortened day, so I don't know if that reacted to it as with the lower volume. But I think this exuberant candle to the upside is that short signal that I'm looking for. So I'm playing for NKTR for a short. If the chart pops up to about $53.75 on NKTR, I'm looking for a play on the short side. IRBT chart starting to curl to the downside, huge bearish engulfing that came across on it 2 sessions ago, and Friday had a little bit of a consolidation period. I think now that the chart's broken the trend to the downside, I'm thinking short on IRBT, and I'd like to see a nice big pull on this one. So I'm definitely playing for the short side on IRBT. I'm going to be using Friday sessions high, which was basically right at the open, somewhere closer to about 69.25 on this one, as an area for resistance. So if the chart pops a little bit on IRBT using Friday's high as resistance, I want to be short on it. I think this one continues to the downside, and I'd like to, if I get into the chart on the short side and it holds, I would like to be short on it for maybe a couple days. QD chart obviously had some aggressive pull to the downside. I'm thinking we can get a bounce on this one, so I'm playing for a small dip into the open, and which would bring us to about 11.75 on QD, and at 11.75 is where I'm pretty much comfortable with testing it on the long side for a bounce. I think if we do get a bounce on QD, it's going to be a fun one, and the chart's going to probably get up to that $14-15 range off of shorts that are covering up. Chart came from 28 to all the way down here to the 12 in a matter of 2 weeks, and I think that it's gonna have a bounce play. So that's what I'm playing for in QD, and the number that I'm looking for is about $11.75. FLXN chart broke over the pivot point to the upside, and now that it's over those pivot points also come back into using it as support. So I'm thinking if the chart pulls back down to about $25 and finds some support here, we should be able to take it higher. So FLXN is a long setup, increased volume, nice breakout on the daily chart over the 200 SMA that's slowly moving to the upside. So it's a slower trade, sideways, upside, but if it pulls back to 25, could be a fun trade on FLXN. SBUX, we're seeing how the chart's getting rejected at the 200 SMA on the daily. I'm thinking it's a short setup based on the bearish engulfing that came in on Friday. So if this chart pops on Starbucks somewhere closer to about $57, I'm interested in on the short side, and I'll be looking for a short trade on Starbucks for sure. But if the market comes out strong and we get that pop on Starbucks up to that 57 level, I'll be definitely interested on the short side, based on the fact that it's underneath the 200 SMA. ASX, number 10 on the list, had a big upside move on Friday. I think this chart gives back some more, and I'm looking for about 675 on the downside move. So if the chart pulls back to about 675 come tomorrow, I'll be interested on taking ASX on the long side. And that's the 10 for this week on the weekly trade ideas. And so if you're interested in trading with me, please check out the website, IcemanTradingAcademy.com. There you'll find links to pretty much everything that we do, and sign up pages if you are interested in trading with us. Have a great week.